Hey guys, Trisha here with PrettyLosers.com, and tonight we have Christina and Val. You have to say hi, or the camera doesn't get you. And they're actually broadcasting at a special place.
At McDonald's.
Top secret. Oh, because their Wi-Fi is down, so we're glad that you could still come. We are missing Lena Cochina. She's in Mexico, but we'll be back on the 1st here. So, and we also, our special guest tonight is Anthony.
Hola. How's it going?
We're talking about his awesome journey that he's on. But really quickly, we'll just go over everybody's week. How was your week this week, Val?
It was very good. Yeah, I just was.
Can you hear her?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. It was pretty good. I went to San Antonio. We got on the river walk. It was really nice at night, actually. So did that. Worked out a little bit. Just kind of relax. So it was nothing really exciting.
That sounds exciting. What about you, Christina? What's going on with you? Did they freeze?
Looks like it.
Yeah, looks like it. We'll go back to them. What about you? What's going on with you, Anthony?
Busy. I work at 2 different hospitals, so whenever, like right now, my off week, I'm here in Odessa, my hometown. Are you there? Okay,
yeah.
There. I also work here too, so I have 2 different hospitals that I work at, and it's busy.
Wow.
Everybody coming in with cough and sore throat and flu symptoms, and it's just nonstop. Other than that, I'm peachy.
Christina, can you hear us? I don't know why she keeps freezing. I really didn't have anything going on this week. I'm like really close, like a fart away from being out of the 280, so I'm really excited about that. And I don't remember the last time being this weight. It's pretty crazy. I also got a 3-wheeler at a friend of mine's neighbor had it, and they're coming back. They had some problems. And I got it for $20. So we dropped it off today, and we're getting it fixed up. So I'm really excited for that. And we've been trying. I've been trying to work out more, so that's always fun.
Wow. Weight-wise, this morning, actually, I weighed in at the clinic where I work, and I'm down to 417. Initially, when I started everything, diet and all, I was at 486.8.
So let's go back and like your backstory, like your highest weight and just like the basics about you.
Before I even considered the whole weight loss journey, my actual highest weight was about 527.
Okay.
At that time, I started doing the Advocare weight loss program. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that or not.
Isn't that with Harris Hospital or
No, it's actually one of those. Oh, there she is.
There you are.
We keep
I think
popping off.
Ronald McDonald's hating.
Oh, he knows y'all didn't get any of his French fries.
That's what it is.
But Anthony is just telling us. His highest weight was 527. And how long ago was that, Anthony?
That was about 3.5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And when I realized I was that bad, I started doing Advocare weight loss. Now it's actually one of those like Herbalife and SlimFast. It's one of those programs where you buy like the nutrition shakes and the vitamin supplements, stuff like that. And I did that for about, excuse me, for about, I'd say about a good 6 months. And I lost a little bit of weight. I lost about a good 30, 32 pounds, somewhere in there. But didn't really see enough on its own. So right around the time when I started doing all that was about the same time when I had applied for X-ray school. And we had to get a physical done. Well, when I went in to get this physical, the doctor walks in to my exam room and without skipping a beat tells me, I'm not even going to examine you because I can already tell you that you're not going to make it.
Wow.
You know, and to me to hear that, because this is something I've always wanted to do, that was like, I don't know if it was, at that point in time, I didn't really take it as hurtful. I took it as, okay, I need to do something. And so I ended up going to another doctor to get cleared for my physical, which I did, and started the X-ray program. Well, the X-ray program is, 8-hour clinical days on your feet, moving around nonstop. So in about a year and a half in that program, I ended up losing about 151 total pounds.
Wow.
And that was included with the activity and with the Advocare weight loss shakes and stuff like that. After graduation, which was in 2014, y'all have to bear with me. I've kind of caught this little cough. But anyway, in about 2014, I started working for a smaller hospital, which is actually the full-time place that I work at now. And it's a smaller hospital, not as busy, so I became complacent again. I got comfortable. I wasn't really as active as I was. I ended up putting on about maybe 75 of those pounds lost right back on. So it brought me up to about 486, for almost 487 tops. And that was when I realized, then I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel the sluggishness. I'm feeling the whole, just terrible all around. So right around the beginning of the new year, I started narrowing out my, zeroing in on my problems. And one of the biggest problems that I had at the time was my addiction to soda. I loved Mountain Dew, and which is probably the worst one of all. And I was literally going through about maybe 2 of those 44-ounce cups from the convenience store, about 2 of those a day. So at the beginning of 2015, I told myself, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to cut myself down to just 1 of those every week, just 1 44-ounce every week. February come along, I started taking myself every other week and just kind of, backing down from there. So by the time March rolled around, I stopped sodas completely.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, most definitely. I started reading up on paleo style and high protein, low carb dieting. Mm-hmm. So around March, April, I started doing that and trying to work on lowering my blood glucose, my A1C levels, things like that. And by the time from about April to about June, I completely cut out breads, tortillas, sweets, all that stuff. And by the time June rolled around, or July actually, I went from having an A1C of about 12.1 to about exactly a 6.5.
That's good.
Wow. And that's of last year?
As of last year. Okay. And so from that point, one of my coworkers and some other friends of mine had already talked to me about having surgery. Mm-hmm. So the seed had already been planted. I was just giving myself time to save money and doing research on where I wanted to go and things like that. So about September-ish, I finally reached out, and I reached out to Dr. Alvarez at endobariatric.com, and that's where I ultimately decided to go with. And I started myself continuing on that same plan, trying to exercise more. I lost, my weight loss would kind of fluctuate. I would lose about maybe 10 pounds or so, and then I'd gain a pound or two, or gain like 4 pounds, and then I would lose those pounds. It wasn't like a consistent loss. It was just kind of just hanging in there. So I started doing my liquid pre-op diet first week of November, or second week, November 10th, I believe. And that was the challenge for me because I had to give up not only Thanksgiving, I gave up Rad Week, which is what the hospitals do for their radiology crew. And during that week, they cater like all kinds of good stuff. It sucks. So I gave that up. I gave up Thanksgiving. I gave up Christmas. I gave up New Year's, all in preparation for not only my pre-op, but my surgery and post-op. And so as of November 10th, when I started this, till now, I'm down about 69, 70 pounds.
So when did you actually have surgery?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I'm sorry.
December 15th was when I actually had the procedure done.
December 15th?
2015?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's the day I had my second surgery, when I had the leak in my esophagus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So your BMI was kind of, I had a high BMI too, and I went to Dr. Alvarez. You had to do like a month-long liquid diet, right?
Just about, yeah, about 5 weeks is what mine was.
So what were you day of surgery?
Day of surgery, if I remember, 458 was what I had brought myself down to.
Okay. Wow.
Now, okay, let me back up. Of course, when I started the actual journey, it was about, what's up? Video chatting, what's up? Oh, anyway, that was my sister. I started at 486.8 right at the beginning of pre-op, and then when I went in for surgery, I was at 458. So Dr. Alvarez wanted me to lose at least 50 tops, but you know, from what I lost there, it was still acceptable enough to go under and do the procedure. So that's where I stand now. So
what made you decide to go to Dr. Alvarez?
One of my coworkers actually sent me a link because I had told them she had the sleeve done about a year prior to me. And excuse me. And she had heard that initially I was thinking about going with Dr. Almanza with weight loss agents. Mm-hmm. And of course, all the rumors circulating around his practice and things of how he could be in the future. I don't know. She heard about that, so she was like, "Well, why don't you look into this guy?" Because apparently, now she didn't go with Dr. Alvarez. She went with somebody else, but down the road in her journey, learned about Dr. Alvarez and told me, she goes, look up this website, you know, read about it and decide, you know, think about it before you say, let's go ahead and do this with Dr. Almanza. So I did, and through my research, I found about, you know, Dr. Alvarez's credentials and his expertise and everything that he does. And of course, being able to see him on YouTube and listen to what he says and hear, you know, all of his feedback to the patients, I was sold. I was able to say, okay, you know what, I'm comfortable with this guy. I'm going to go ahead and get it done. And matter of fact, the weight loss agent still calls and they're like, are you still going to have your surgery? I'm still thinking about it. I haven't told him I've gone somewhere else yet.
I remember you asking me about Dr. Alvarez, and you said that you had another doctor picked out, but you were thinking about going to Dr. Alvarez, and I was like, look, I started a very high BMI. I did, you know, pretty well. He did scare the crap out of me like the day of surgery and was like, you've got to follow this or you're going to die. And I'm like, ah! So, yeah. You know, that's the kind of doctor I need, though. I need someone to be straight up. And that's definitely him. Val, do you have any questions?
Not just yet. This is actually pretty cool. I'm having fun. This is neat.
Val, I know you wrote down some questions for Anthony.
Do you have questions?
Yeah, actually, I have a few questions. um, hold on.
Can you hear her talking
Can
loud?
y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
When you first, got your surgery, like brought it to your girlfriend's attention, what was her reaction on you getting the surgery? Because I know, it didn't just change your life; it also changed hers too. So I wanted to know, like, what was her reaction on you getting, like,
Well,
on board?
here's the funny part. I told her I was considering weight loss surgery, and of course she was all for it, just excited and ready to go until I told her it was going to be in Mexico, and then her tune completely changed. She was like, no, I'm not, no, don't go to Mexico. You don't know what's down there. And of course she pulled up Piedras Negras online, and one of the first articles that pops up is something about 150 people go missing, and she was like, see, you can't be going over there. Something's going to happen to you. And I was like, no. Okay. So it took a little bit of convincing. I had to show her some of Dr. A's videos on YouTube and show her other articles that I found about the area until I finally got her convinced to say, okay, I'm going to go with you, but we're not going to tell my mom you're going to Mexico. We're going to tell her you're going to San Antonio. I'm like, fine, that'll work. At least you're going. That's great. So I actually ended up looking up a bariatric doctor, surgeon in San Antonio just to get name and credentials and all that so we could show her mom, look, this is where I'm going, and this is what's going to happen. So if you have any questions, you can call him.
Oh, God.
Of course, when we get to Mexico, I mean, we go and, the procedure goes well, and then we come back home. She calls her mom immediately to talk to her because we talked in Mexico, and me and my girlfriend she goes, well, I mean, you're okay with telling people about your surgery, so I'm pretty sure, I can tell my mom about it. I mean, after we went, she realized, the staff was great, everything was top notch. So she's like, I'm going to go ahead and tell my mom that we came to Mexico. I was like, when are you planning on telling her? Because she goes, oh, yeah, soon. Well, soon actually meant the next 5 to 6 hours. She got on the phone and she told her mom, and she did this while I was still asleep. So when I came to, she goes, I told my mom that we were in Mexico. I'm like, oh, Lord, she's going to have my head. First of all, because you lied to her. Second of all, because we're actually in Mexico. And she said, no, I told her it was my fault, that I was just scared and I didn't want, it's not your fault. So she still likes you. I'm like, oh, okay, well, then that's cool. I'll take that. So, yeah, now, I will say this, though. While we were there, and this was just, even though she was comfortable with the way things were rolling along, the nursing and all that, she still refused to eat actual food from there. She actually loaded a bag full of protein bars and granola bars and little snacks, and she lived off of that for the 2 days that we were there. Even the staff would offer her to buy her food, and they were like, are you sure you don't want nothing to eat? She's like, no, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm fine. And no, she absolutely lived off granola bars for 2 days.
Wow.
She was just so scared to try it, and then she's like, you don't know what they're going to put in that. I'm like, something that you can eat.
Yeah, it's super clean there, too. They said Dr. Alvarez and the other doctors, like, in that area, they do all of, like, you can drink out of the water, you can take, everything is clean and it's okay. You're not going to get the duties or anything. So
Yeah, absolutely.
that's a good question, Val. I like that one.
And so, do you, like, since after you got the surgery, like, is she, like, does she support you, like, through everything? Because I know now everything's a lot different from seeing my mom go through it and stuff. Like, is she on board with you?
She is, and she's trying to change a lot of her habits too. Her biggest weakness is pasta. She loves pastas and stuff like that, so she's trying to cut back as much as she can. She still eats it, and I told her, I said, even I can have pasta once in a blue moon from time to time. I just can't have a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so I told her, I said, you don't have to give anything up, just moderation. And that's what I'm learning with this whole process is, you know, before, matter of fact, I was talking with my sister, her boyfriend, and my mom. We had dinner here. My mom made chile con carne, really good stuff. Um, Before, I would probably go through maybe 2 plates and tortillas, the whole nine. And now, as of tonight, I probably had about a good little salsa bowl size. That was it. I couldn't do anymore. And so that's what I've explained to Irma is that, you know, it's a process. I'm basically learning how to eat again, but in smaller portions the way I should have been doing in the beginning. So she's gradually working on it. She's actually, you know, after she gets out of work, she goes and walks around the park in her neighborhood and then comes home. Little things like that. Of course, I told her once, I said, so would you ever think about having the same surgery? She goes, I might, but of course in her mind she's still convinced that she wants to do it here in the States. So I told her, I said, well, you know, you're entitled to do that. I mean, wherever you feel is comfortable, so go for it. You know, whatever you decide to do. You know, I will back you up 100%, just like you did with me. So.
I have one question.
Okay.
You know, okay, I have a brother. He's 35 years old, and he's 445 pounds.
How much?
And
I'm sorry?
445 pounds.
Okay.
And I've been trying to get him to get the surgery because I don't want him to die. And okay, what would you say to men out there like my brother, any other men that are overweight, that have a high BMI? See, my brother's mentality is that he only sees the women's point of view. But he's always like, there's never men on the show. I'm like, well, tonight we have a man coming on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you tell men like that what advice would you give them to motivate them to get the surgery and that it would be a life-saving thing? My brother's more like, well, if I don't see a man talking about it, you know, because it's always, you know, just us women talking about the issue. I don't know if that makes sense, but like,
Of course it does.
he never really knows any men in the community, and I tell him, open up, communicate, ask people, you know, and talk to them. You never know anybody's journey until you actually talk to someone, because someone's going through the same journey as you. So, well, my question is that what would you tell other men that are wanting to do the surgery but are scared to do it and not motivated enough to do the surgery, if that makes sense?
I would probably start off by saying Dr. Alvarez wants you. Okay, but no, all kidding aside. No, truth be told, don't be scared. Any type of opportunity you can take that can better yourself, why not do it?
Yeah.
You know, especially if, number one, you know, I mean, now that you've seen another guy that's going through it, and of course, I would love to try to get other people that went with Dr. Alvarez on this thing too, and you know, I'm going to try to work on that as well, because there's a couple of other guys. Anthony Hudson, I don't know if y'all ever had him on here.
Yeah, we've had Anthony.
And of course, the recent addition, Hawks Landing.
Yeah, Hawks. Mm-hmm.
I want to try to see if we can get him on here. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But I would say go for it, and don't be afraid to do it. Just be. I mean, change is scary. It can be, and especially when like you said, he's 35. I'm 33.
Yeah.
I'm about to be 34 next month. So for 33 years, I've lived an unhealthy lifestyle.
Yeah, and you know, I'm 43, and he's my only brother, and you know, since surgery time, I went through obstacles. You know, I had a leak and everything like that. And me just seeing him on the couch gets me very emotional because I start crying. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Because I don't want him to die. I want him to get up and And I know his leg has problems, but I tell him any movement counts, you know. And I told him, you know, not to base my journey or anybody else's journey on what's going to happen to him, because I had, you know, everybody knows that I had a hard time with my surgery, and I'm doing better, you know, and stuff like that. It's just, you know, we need more men, you know, like what you're saying, out there to come up forward, because there's men out there hiding that don't want to talk to people, or hiding because they're afraid to want the surgery, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah. The other thing I would stress is, you know, this opportunity is not just for women only. I mean, men do it too, and if fear of having people judge you for doing it is part of the reason why you don't want to, don't worry about what other people think, because once they see and notice the difference, they're going to definitely change their tune. And some people will still say negative things. That's just the way the world is.
Yep.
But truth be told, you're doing this for yourself. You're doing this for your family. If he's, you know, you said he's married, so.
No,
not
married.
Oh, not married. Oh, okay. Well, see, and that's what I told my girlfriend. I told her, I was like, you know what? I want to be with you. I want to be able to last. I want to have some kids, Rugrats, even if they're ugly like me. That's fine. You know, I still want to be able to be around for them. And in order for me to ensure that, I've got to start making changes. And so this year, this past year, 2015, was the year that I started doing all this and really taking it serious and trying to take it to the next level. So now we're in 2016 and the journey's begun. I love this quote. It says, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step."
That's right.
And that's, you know, if I could leave anybody with advice like that, I would definitely tell you, go for it.
So did I lost my train of thought. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I know. So you said your girlfriend is like really supportive and stuff. When you met her, how long have y'all been together?
We're actually about to approach the 2-year mark.
Okay.
March 10th.
So she met you whenever you were bigger. So how have things changed since you've lost some weight?
It's gotten better. I mean, you know, when we first met, see, our relationship is unique. Here's another little story for y'all. Okay, I actually met her now. It's been about, as of March 10th, it'll be 6 years. Met her 6 years ago, online, social community, being a nerd, playing games, all that fun stuff. And
like a nerd like Val.
Yeah. So we met online, and so we started talking over the phone little by little, but at that time I was just starting my basics for school, and she was already about a quarter into her associates for criminology. So it was starting to get real busy and hectic for both of us. We just we talked, but eventually kind of drifted apart, you know, and lost contact with each other for the longest time. And about 2 years ago, right before we started talking again, the cell phone I had accidentally broke. I was in my backpack, and I was unloading my car, and I flung my bag, and I guess where the phone was at hit a part of my car that just cracked the screen. So I come home that day, and I find an older phone in my mom's kitchen. It's a Sprint phone that I had. It was just there. So I call Sprint, and I'm like, hey, guys, can I activate this phone as a temporary until I get a replacement? They said, yeah, sure, no problem. Well, I activated it, and I'm going through the contact list, and I see her number on there. So I'm like, okay, well, why not? 50-50 chance it's either going to be her or somebody else. So I text her, and sure enough, it was still her. She had the same number. So from that point forward, we just kind of started talking again and reconnecting, and so it got to about a month into talking, and she was like, well, I want to, you know, can you send a picture? I want to see what you look like. And so I did, and in her mind, her immediate response was, oh my God, you've actually lost weight. You look different. And without skipping a beat, I was like, she remembers. So either A, she remembered really well, or she just had an old picture and she did a comparison. I don't know. But whatever the case, I mean, for her to say that to me just like sparked something for me to say, okay, you know what? She noticed it. I haven't seen her in almost 4 years. Well, I haven't seen her, talk to her in 4 years. Let's make this happen. I got to do something. So I started explaining kind of my process, what I was doing, and then, of course, you know, as time went by, I told her about my surgery plans and all that. And now she's on board. And she's really excited. I mean, even now when I send her, like, selfies and pictures and stuff, she's like, oh, my God, your face is just different. Bear with me. And so it's really exciting to see her responses and hear what she has to say whenever I do that.
It's a good feeling. It's like
it really is, and not just her, but even my family, coworkers.
Yeah.
You know, they tell me all the time too. You know, because like my scrubs are ridiculous now.
Yeah, they can start new scrubs.
Yeah, I'm waiting because I know I'm still gonna lose more, so I don't want to just buy stuff yet. I'm gonna wear these until they actually get enough to where I'll probably blow away like a parachute.
Your pants will eventually fall off when you're walking.
Oh yeah, don't ask me that.
Yeah, don't ask any of that. I mean, I've shown my neighbor my bare ass, so.
Hey, well.
What? Say not me, Trisha.
What?
Yeah.
I said, and you show your neighbor, but not me.
Oh, you've seen it. You just didn't want to see it. I'll show you later, boo.
Okay.
Don't tell Lena, though.
My other question is that okay? To ask the question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Like after surgery, and you know when you started losing your weight, what was the one thing that blew your mind? You know, after you had your surgery, lost some weight. That that one thing that you were able to do, and you were like, oh hell yeah, I did it. You know, like what was that one thing that just blew your mind? That it was like you were in awe.
I think just the overall experience of just going through with it and knowing that I told myself I was going to do this. I planned for this months in advance, and I stuck to the plan. I didn't deviate. I didn't allow something to say or to get in my way. You know, I kept going, and especially after the surgery, you know, I will be honest. After when they brought me back from recovery, and I was still out of it when I came to, my first initial thought was, holy shit, what have I done? But after the first week and seeing that in that first week I lost almost 19 pounds, I was like,
wow,
holy crap, this is cool. I wish I would lose 19 pounds every week. That'd be awesome.
That's right. I know when I had my surgery, I was in recovery, and I was telling my husband, okay, this is the worst mistake ever, let's go. He's like, no, we're not going. And my surgeon came in, I told him the same thing. He says, no, and then they gave me, and then when we went into the OR, already switched me to the bed to the operating table, I was like, that's it, I changed my mind, I'm not doing it. Like, you're doing it. I'm like, and whoop, I knocked out.
It's funny because even now, and I joke about it, and I still have people. Now, here's one thing that does aggravate me sometimes is I'll say, like yesterday, as a matter of fact, I put the little picture of a salad with beans. And one person immediately was like, is that on your diet regimen? I'm like,
oh my God, yeah.
I was about to say, look, bitch, I'm not on a diet, all right? Calm down.
It's a lifestyle change. Thank you very much.
Exactly. I can eat exactly what everybody else eats. I just can't eat as much. That's the difference. And, of course, you can eat a chicken fried steak. I can eat a chicken fried steak. I probably won't just because I know of what's on it.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to, I could. That's the thing, and that's what I have to explain to people is it's not a diet. It's not. I'm not limited to anything.
Yeah. Exactly.
Other than portion size and moderation and speed of how I eat. Now I've learned now to actually eat like a person, not like a godless heathen. So
We were just talking about that earlier. I told her that I shove all my food in my mouth immediately. I'm like, and I need to slow down because I'm like, oh, I'm full, I'm sick, I'm done.
That's what I did today because I knew we had to come to McDonald's for the Wi-Fi, and I was like.
It's not a good feeling at all.
No, it's not. One of my other stories too was when I first got back to work and I was already eating soft foods. My first was scrambled eggs from the hospital cafeteria, a little bowl of scrambled eggs.
Oh yeah.
And it was good. They were going down good. I was chewing. Everything was great. Well, then the phone rang, and so I'm at work and. In the back of my mind, I had to hurry up and answer the phone, so I swallowed what I had without thoroughly chewing it, and holy shit, nope. That didn't work too well. For about a good 25 minutes after that, it felt like it was just stuck, and now I know what a cat feels like when they're coughing up a hairball.
Have you thrown up yet as far as like eating too much or something just didn't agree with your sleeve?
Not really throwing up per se, the contents, but I don't know if it's like a preliminary, like just basically saliva that comes up and it's like a lot of it. That's kind of what I've experienced. I'm not sure what that is.
It's the pre-throw up. It's like
there you go. Yeah.
But it's weird because like I don't know if this is like for you, Christina, but like throwing up is a whole different experience. It's just like
yeah,
and you're like, okay, I'm done.
Twice. And I'm like, what's going on? And I even had the episode where it's the saliva, and I'm like, and it's barely coming out. Like, what the hell's going on with me?
Yeah, I've had that happen, but it's not the actual contents of the food. It's just the saliva, and it sucks because like I'm trying to spit it out, and it's just hanging there. I feel like I'm just I'm like, stop, man, just get it out, and it won't. I have to wait a few minutes.
Thank God I'm the only one.
I don't have to throw up soon. I really don't. It's not fun.
I hope I don't, but if I do, at least I kind of am expecting the process.
Yeah. I've done it twice, and like I told Trisha, I always tell her and I always message her. And it just came out like.
Trisha, you did that so funny. You were like, "Oh, stop it, you!" Just.
It just goes. That's it, and you're just like, okay, but I mean, it's like it doesn't feel good, but usually like when you would throw up pre-stomach, or pre-sleeve, it's like your whole body hurts or whatever, but it's done.
Yeah.
But Christy's watching and she's messaging me and she thinks your story is awesome and she wants to know if you tried Gene Pro.
Hold on, I'm trying to get my thumb to fit. Okay, there it goes. Hey. Gene Pro, no. The ones that I use is Isopure, and I've got a non-flavored and then a French, or is it vanilla? Creamy vanilla? The creamy vanilla is actually pretty good. I can tolerate that one pretty well, and it mixes pretty well with. I use that one whenever I use that Fairlife low-fat milk.
Mm-hmm.
Works pretty well.
How much protein is in that?
The one that I got off of Amazon, one scoop mixed with 12 ounces of milk is 50 grams of protein. But with the milk too, the milk has like 13, so that's 63 grams of protein.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, you can knock out an entire day's worth in one shake. You'll have to slow it down, but
I need 60 grams of protein.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
It's fantastic. I mean, I don't use it the only time I really use it is when I'm running low on my Premier or my little the Isopure, the clear ones. I've only picked. There's only two flavors I can tolerate. One of them is orange, banana, pineapple, and then the other one is apple melon. Other than that, I've tried the other ones, and it's like, I ain't doing that. That sucks.
Premier protein shakes?
You do what now?
You talking about Premier protein shakes?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know they had
No,
that.
well, no, I'm also talking about Isopure. They look like the little Gatorades.
Okay.
They also have the nickname Isopuke. For a good
I,
reason.
I've heard, but so far I can tolerate them. They haven't given me that ickiness kind of feeling. I joke around with the orange pineapple one because it looks like beer, so that's what I tell everybody. I'm having a beer.
So, do you guys have any questions? Because I just want to ask funny questions. So, if you guys have important questions,
I have one more question that I've been wanting to know.
Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, I saw that you met Scott Hall. That sounds really awesome.
Yes, that guy is tall.
So when I saw that, I was like, I have to ask him, like, was that like a lifetime goal of yours, or like, you're a big fan?
I'm a huge wrestling fan. Well, okay, I won't say huge. I'll say about maybe early 90s, maybe mid 90s up until now. So I was familiar watching wrestlers like Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Mr. Perfect, that generation.
Yeah.
I love, especially now, I love going out and doing new things. And, when I see advertisements of events going on here, then I'm like, okay, well, come meet so-and-so for whatever event they got going on. I'm like, why not? Before the surgery, before even attempting weight loss, I would never do this. I'd just stay home and play video games. Now, if I see something, and especially like that, to be able to go out and just meet these people, even if it's just for 2 minutes, I'm down to do it. I will gladly go out and greet these guys because, truth be told, they're legends in what they do. So to see them live and to be able to shake his hand, and it's just like any celebrity experience, And I've had an opportunity as a taxi driver when I used to drive cabs a long time ago. We'd have, rock bands that roll through town, and they would, call cabs, and I'd be the one to go pick them up. It was awesome. I got to meet a couple of rappers and rock stars. Really, really unique opportunity because behind the stage, behind the scenes, when they're just there, a lot of them are really humble. Mm-hmm. I've actually had an opportunity to meet Mark Henry from WWE.
Nice.
That guy is huge. He almost didn't fit in the car. Wow. Let's see. But yes, Scott Hall, I've always wanted to meet him. Kevin Nash, his partner, will actually be coming to Odessa next month for Comic-Con. So I'm hoping to get a chance to go out there and meet him too.
Yeah, I hope I get to go. That sounds really awesome.
That would be awesome. One of my best, well, I'm not going to say bestie, but one of my good friends that I used to do music with a long time ago, he's the one that's actually putting all this together. So... Cool. Hopefully I get a chance to meet Kevin Nash. That'd be awesome.
Well, if I ever go to that WWE, is that what it's called? I want to be in the front row because I want to see that
John Cena.
I totally recommend ringside seats if you can get them. They're a little pricey, but you know what? I went to a WWE event that came. It was just a local house show is what they call it. But I had ringside, and the same superstars I see on TV were right there in front of me. It was phenomenal. I was starstruck.
But I even want to see those twin girls too. I'm like,
oh, the Bell Twins.
I used to go see ECW. Did you guys watch ECW?
Oh, ECW was the shiznit.
Yeah, I used to talk to the Sal Garcano from
Really?
Yeah, I think he passed away. I don't know what happened to him.
I want to say yes. I'll have to double check on that, but
yeah. And Rob Van Dam.
Oh man.
I think I still have his action figure somewhere.
Yep. Rob Van Dam's really, really cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm Jean-Claude Van Damme.
He's much hotter. He's much hotter.
Vin Diesel.
So, what is your favorite NSV so far, like, to this point?
I guess the whole blood work thing that I posted about a few days ago, or about a week ago or so.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm not sure if I could consider that NSV or not, because really and truly because of the sleeve in conjunction with what I've been doing. It's kind of like a tag team effort. So I'm gonna say yes and no. I mean, but
I think
ultimately,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. That's been one of my greatest things, and of course, the gradual shrinkage of my body into my scrubs. Hello in there. Yeah.
So, did you have any funny stories or anything funny that happened to you whenever you were about to go to surgery, or after you had surgery, or anything like that?
Other than laughing at my girlfriend for living off granola bars, not really. I'm trying to think back. I will have to say the little convenience store that we stopped at in between San Antonio and Eagle Pass, for some god-awful reason, we got suckered into an area where we parked. It was just, there was little bees just all over the place. It sucked. So we had to basically try to like hurry in and hurry out, and well, we did what we could. But funny stories while I was there, I can't really, that'd be the only one to me that was funny, was that she refused to eat the food.
So, what was your experience with Dr. Alvarez, and do you think that he is someone that you would refer your other friends to, or anything like that?
Okay, I'm sorry, I coughed. What was the question? Sorry.
What was your experience with Dr. Alvarez, and do you think that you would refer some of your friends to him, or?
I have, actually. The clinic that I work for, actually I work for Medical Center Health System here in Odessa, Texas. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they're network affiliated with all different types of surgeons. When we do have one that performs lap band, gastric sleeve, I don't know if he does bypass or not, but some of my patients, they come in, and when I find out that they're here to, they do follow-ups for the lap band or they're going to have the sleeve, we get to talking, and I'm like, so where are you getting it done? And then they'll tell me, well, we're getting it done here, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, and I tell them, well, I had mine done too, and so far so good. And of course the question I was asked, well, did you have it here? No. I chose a different route. I went to Mexico, and of course the first question was like, why would you do that? I said, well, truth be told, insurance doesn't really cover this kind of procedure, and I didn't want to jump through the hoops it takes to get covered. So I figured, you know what, I'll just pay out of pocket almost half the cost of what it would cost here in the States and get it done. And I've actually written out and given people the endobariatric website and tell them, I said, and you don't necessarily have to do it here. Of course, I'm subliminally telling them, go check out Dr. Alvarez. But I tell them, check out the website, read up on him, and, decide if that's what you want to do with him or if you want to do it here. It's up to you. Yeah. And I probably shouldn't be doing that, technically speaking, but you know what? I'm not going to lie. I had a great experience, and I would definitely do it again if I could.
Yeah, my doctor wasn't Dr. Alvarez, it was Dr. Lloyd Stegman, but I still go to Dr. Alvarez's videos and look at everything, because to me, my doctor doesn't do that stuff. So, I mean, I'm not saying nothing wrong with Dr. Stegman, but I love the knowledge and all the input, and because it helps me a lot for my journey as well. And I wish my doctor would do that too, but
it's phenomenal. And what I love about it too is having Dr. A on Snapchat, because I have actually snapped him and he snaps right back.
Yeah.
I saw that the YouTube video, and he put your little your
yeah, I know. For a brief 2 minutes there, or maybe even 30 seconds, I felt like a celebrity. I'm like, woo!
I always tell her, I'm like, Snapchat him. He's so accessible, like email, Snap. He is like on it with Snapchat, and I even chatted with him the other on Saturday through Snapchat. And I mean, I just think that that's phenomenal. It's insane, and he's a busy dude.
He really is. I do have to say, though, I am a little jealous because I've seen his snaps of his house, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that is nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really reconsidering a career change.
Just the car alone he drives is a career change. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But truth be told, his house, the swimming pool, is what caught my attention.
Yeah, we should just be his visitors and go stay there for a little while.
There you go.
Hey, Trisha, we need to all go bike riding like Dr. Alvarez on our three-wheel bike.
So, how did people treat you before you lost your weight, and how do they treat you now? Like, working in the health profession, it's not often that you see someone, as big as you were around people and working with people like that in the health field.
The hardest part, and it's not their fault because they're kids, but I still, even to this day, because I know I'm still big, I haven't lost, enough to say to have people, completely ignore it. But, kids, they're little bastards, are honest as hell. But, I always hear kids, they'll walk past me and I hear them, tell their moms or dads, he's big, he's fat. I really want to just punt a bastard. But you know what? Truth be told, they're kids. They don't know better. And now, when they're a certain age, they don't know better. But when you're like maybe 4 or 5, 6, and you can kind of tell their age and they still say it, at that point, that's when I want to turn around and tell them, look, you need to, I tell the parents, you need to start teaching your child about diversity because there's a whole different group of people out there. And me personally, it doesn't really bug me anymore.
Yeah.
But, one of these days, your little boy, little girl is going to mouth off to somebody that's going to affect them, and that's not good.
Yeah, I had that incident before. I always had kids always saying that until one day before surgery, I had, a little girl, she was telling her mom or her dad, look at that big woman, she's so fat. And, I was in my little, I was in Mobilness, so I was in my little electric car, and I remember going up to where the parents were, and I told the little girl, I go, it's not nice talking about people. Do you like when people talk about you in school? And she's like, no. I said, okay, that's where bullying starts. If you don't like bullying, then you shouldn't be bullying other people that they're overweight or anything.
Well, yeah.
How do the parents react to that?
Y'all can say hi to my mom real quick.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh,
How are y'all?
Clean your room, Anthony.
Yeah.
That's my mom's mess, thank you. Okay, well, yeah, just for about another good 30, 40 minutes.
All right.
All right.
Well, you can do that in there.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. So yeah, back to what you were saying. Yeah, I mean it's
Dad
bad.
didn't really say anything, but the mom was like just looking at me, and in my head I was like, yeah, bro, I'll meet you outside, lady. Man.
Right.
Yeah, but when kids come up to me, even if they do now, I'll ask them, do they like to get bullied in school? And a lot of them tell me no, and I'm like, okay, well, what you're doing is bullying. You're saying bad things, so they're like, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that's what
in the back of my mind, I always want to tell myself, well, guess what? You were born and you're just a toxic waste of skin.
Yeah.
But
oh gosh, you can't do that.
No, I can't, especially when I'm wearing my ID. That's frowned upon. So I got to be nice.
Yeah, but it's still hurtful though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, even now when I still hear it, it doesn't affect me as much anymore. But it's still, to hear people say, I'm like, okay, I gotta speed it up.
Yeah.
But
especially
like I said, kids, a lot of kids, especially the younger ones, they don't know any better. So.
Yeah, you're true. Yeah. But if it was an adult telling me something about that, forget it.
Oh, it's on.
Meet me outside, girl.
Right.
We're going to go ahead and wrap up tonight. We'd love to have you back on soon. I know your work schedule's crazy.
When do y'all plan for the next one?
I don't know yet. We'll get together off air and we'll figure out a day, if you're okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just keep me updated.
Absolutely. before I forget, Christy did get ambassador of Gene Pro. I was supposed to say that, and I got just messed up. And next Monday, we're going to do a special show. I know you usually do it on Tuesdays, but we're going to do it Monday, 7 p.m. Central, and we're going to have both the Haneys on. And if you want to join our Fitbit challenge on Fitbit, and kick me and Christina and Val's butt, just let us know, and we'll add you to our Fitbit challenge. Do you guys want to say anything else before we head out?
It was very nice meeting you, and you inspire me with your story. And if you see somebody trying to add you by the name of Juan Cedeno, that is my brother.
Hey, tell them to send a request. And again, I'm very open about anything regarding this procedure and trying to help others. If he's got questions, by God, I'll find an answer. I'll make sure that I can help him out and try to get him on the right track.
That's good.
Yeah. And we did link your Facebook below if anybody wants to add you. I'm sure you'll get some requests and some weird requests. So just, you know how that goes.
I may have. Yep, I sure did. I've got a couple of them here.
Oh, and I'm sitting in a booth, everybody.
Hey, tell us how your week went. You cut off. So tell us what's been up with you.
Oh, my week. Oh, Sunday we went to San Antonio. I lived in Texas all my life, and I've never ever been able to go to the Riverwalk, because they have the stairs, and I wasn't mobile enough. So we went there for Valentine's Day. We went down the stairs and up those stairs and got on the boat, and it was awesome. The beginning for me, and we've been walking the track and walking in the neighborhood trying to beat each other.
Yeah, we're competitive.
Yesterday, oh my gosh.
I was gone yesterday walking everywhere. So, yeah,
I see her little Fitbit thing going up. I'm like, oh, hell no, I got to go walk.
Nice, very nice. I need to actually get me an actual Fitbit. The one I have is just a little generic brand. Looks like a Fitbit, works like a Fitbit, but it's not a Fitbit.
How many steps you got today?
Hold that thought. It's gonna. There's my forehead. So hold on. Let me see. Right now I'm pushing a little over 6,000.
Oh, you better get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of lagging. Today was actually a relatively slower day at the clinic. Usually I average about 6,000 to 8,000, sometimes 10, depending. Very rare on the 10, but the most I've gotten up to is about 8,000.
I hit 9,000 today.
Did you really? I'm just barely at 5,867, so I better get on it. I'm over here talking crap.
You so bad. You so bad.
For Fitbit Flex on my YouTube channel, so go subscribe, leave a comment on the actual channel. I did make a video today. I'm gonna probably publish it later tonight. I'm not gonna wait till I hit 500 subscribers, but you still have time to go subscribe and enter the giveaway because I'm gonna give away the Fitbit this week.
Yay!
Wow.
That's awesome. So you need to try it.
I'm trying to point at you, but it's looks like I'm picking my nose. Anyway, you actually inspired me because and this reminds me. Back in October, me and my girlfriend went to the Hoover Dam, and we didn't really get off to actually experience it. For number one, it was hot out. Number two, she was just not feeling the whole walking thing. But I told her, I was like, after I have my surgery, the next time I come down here, oh, it's on. We're walking this thing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, have any of you ever been there?
No, not yet.
The Hoover Dam, it's phenomenal. It is one of the most amazing things I've ever seen. And it's just a big old wall of concrete, but it's the best wall in the world. I totally want to walk this thing and see how many steps I can get doing the tour. So I told her next time I go to Arizona in that area, we're hitting the Hoover Dam and we're walking it. Yeah. So you inspired me when you said Riverwalk. I was like, okay, that's definitely something that's going on my to-do list.
Yep.
So,
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, I posted it. Today since our internet hasn't been working, I was at HEB waiting for my brother. So I was gone uploading all my videos so I can make them public on YouTube. So that's so silly.
Nice, very nice.
Join my giveaway. Tell your girlfriend to join my giveaway and subscribe. Give it a chance.
Okay. So you have me on Facebook or no?
Yeah, I'm on your Facebook, and I'll link you my my YouTube channel to your inbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah. Go ahead and do that, and then yeah, I'll join that here in a little bit.
Alrighty.
All right, guys.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap it up. And did I cut you off, Christina? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm
Yes,
sorry. I
you
didn't
did.
mean to do that.
Bad. Bad.
All right. We'll talk to you guys next week, and don't forget Monday, 7 p.m. Central. All right.
Sounds like a plan. I think I may be at work, but you know what? Hey, sign me on.
All right, guys. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, guys. Bye.